When a man is using a woman in an obvious way, like when he keeps forgetting his wallet during the dates he asked her out for, when he never wants to stay the night because he got what he wanted and then has to get up early in the morning, which is a great reason to fall asleep right now and not drive home first. But anyway, if a guy is blatantly using a woman, then it's probably pretty easy for her to not continue to date him or to end the relationship. Because some women think, well, no problem, I can see a user or a manipulator from a mile away. This won't happen to me. And yes, if he's, for example, a player, then it will be pretty easy to spot. But there are other types of men that date women or are in a relationship with a woman, and while they seem interested, they have no plans whatsoever of making the woman they are with happy. Ever. If it happens, it's by accident. Oh, I see you found the roses I bought, and you seem to like them. Well, you're welcome. Although I bought them for my grandma's birthday tomorrow, they are only there to make themselves happy. Some guys use women under the radar, not in obvious ways. And that can even be dangerous. It's like when you put a frog in boiling water, he will jump right out. But if you put the same frog in cold water and then slowly turn up the heat, he will not leave. So I've heard. I would never hurt a frog, of course. But some men use women in such a way that these women are not even aware of what's happening until it's too late. If only they would know the not-so-obvious signs that a man is using them. Well, why don't we look at some of them in this video? My name is Geert, I'm an author. I also use the pen name Brian Knox, and the first way a man that is using you will show his true nature is that he will always invest the absolute minimum to still get what he wants from you or from the relationship. He will never do more than what's needed, but he will put in efforts. So that's why it's sometimes easy to miss. An example of this behavior is when you look at a text conversation between a guy and his girlfriend, and his messages are always short, her messages are longer, and well, there are a lot more of them. So even though he may text her first, he's not investing in the conversation, and he sometimes even forgets to reply. Instead of trying to feed the conversation, he will try to end it. Okay, gotta go now. Okay, good night, talk to you tomorrow. At 4 p.m., that's what a user does. If you look at the bottom line and you would add everything up, although he may put in efforts here and there, he will take more from the relationship than he puts in, consistently. It's always on his terms. If you want to see him or you just want some attention from him, then you will only get what's left after all of his other priorities got his attention first. Sign number 2. Another user is the man that wants to play boyfriend and girlfriend. He wants all the benefits that come with a real relationship, but he's not willing to partake in the negative things that also come with a relationship. You know, the ones where he has to put in an effort, like listening to how your day went, even when he's really tired, or picking you up when your car breaks down somewhere. Isn't that what your friends are for? Or soothing you, making you feel better when you feel bad? What? You don't need to worry about that. That's not even a problem. Let's talk about my problems now. When a man really loves you and is not using you, then all of these things here are not even an effort to him, even when he's tired. If he knows your car broke down and he cannot come over to pick you up for some reason, then that will be the effort. Not being able to help you will be hard. When you talk to a good guy about your problems, then he will or listen to you or he will try to fix your problems. Well, maybe you can try this, maybe we can do that. And I know some women don't appreciate it when a guy tries to fix their problems, but at least he will be trying. He wants you to feel better, and if he really loves you, deep down, he may even think that that's his responsibility. I've said this in some of my other videos, but when a man really loves you genuinely, then he wants to be your hero, your protector. But when a man is using you, most of the things he will say and do will be about him, not about you, not about the relationship. Instead of asking how your day was, he will start by telling you how his day was. Every day, consistently. That remains important, of course. We all take from time to time in a relationship, that's normal, but a user does it consistently, all the time. Sign number 3, sometimes a man will play boyfriend and girlfriend, and in this case here, he will do the nice things that a good boyfriend would do, but still he doesn't want to commit. He doesn't want to label it as a relationship. He doesn't want to make plans for the distant future. If you ask him, so where's this going? Then he will get a spontaneous allergic rash and might even faint on the spot. If that guy then doesn't say, I'm sorry, I'm just not ready for anything serious, for a real relationship, I'm not ready for commitment, If he wants you to believe that there is a future and he uses his words to make you believe that, but his actions prove otherwise, well, then he's using you. He's not honest. A lot of guys are afraid of commitment, but good guys will be honest about it. Sign number 4, another great and trustworthy sign that a man you're dating or are in a relationship with is using you is when he does things that he knows will upset you while he doesn't gain a lot from those things. Let me explain this one a bit. If he, for example, knows that you don't like it when he watches his favorite sport on TV, if that upsets you for some reason, but it is his favorite sport, then even a good guy might upset you because, well, that thing is really important to him. He might still watch that sport. But the guy that is using you will upset you even for things that are not important to him. He just doesn't care about what you think. You find it important that he arrives on time. He's always late. You would like him to stick to the speed limit when you're a passenger in his car. He drives like a maniac, because then he wants to be on time, of course. Being nice and respectful to you would take a tiny effort in these situations here, but he just doesn't care enough. Sign number 5, another subtle but great sign to spot a user, he only gives compliments when he needs something in return. So every time he says or does something nice, there will be a catch. He's trying to buy something with it. When a man loves you, or even just likes you, he will give you genuine compliments. He will say things like, I think you're a great mother, if you are a single mom. I like being around you. I think you've created a really great life for yourself. Things like that. But when he's using you, he will say superficial things like, wow, you look gorgeous today. And then 5 minutes later, do you mind if I go out with my friends tomorrow? And can I borrow your car? When he gives attention, compliments, gifts, whatever he knows you like, it's still so he can then take something from you or the relationship. It's manipulation. It's always part of a strategy. It's not genuine. Sign number 6. Another great subtle sign that a man is using you is related to how he talks about the future. When a man really loves a woman and wants to commit, it doesn't matter how far into the future he looks. She will always be in it. So even though he's only 30, he may, for example, say, so 30 years from now, maybe we can buy a house close to a lake somewhere. A user will not do that. He doesn't know who he will be with 30 years from now, sometimes not even 30 days from now. He's not ready to commit. So when a man uses a woman, he will often give subtle hints through what he says that are related to the future. So for example, when a man and a woman have moved in together for a couple of months already, but when talking to his friends, the guy keeps calling it my apartment and my kitchen instead of our apartment and our kitchen, well, then he probably doesn't see a future with her. And that brings me to sign number 7. When a man is not using a woman, when he loves her, when he's committed to her and to the relationship, then he will see her as his best friend. Make no mistake, most men cannot really commit to a woman if they don't see her as their best friend. And it's the same for most women, of course. They will be a great team then. But a user will do and say things that prove that she's not his best friend. Best being the key word here. If he places his friends above his girlfriend consistently, well, then that's not a good sign. If a man tells his long-term girlfriend on a Friday, Jake asked me to come to his barbecue tonight, so I'm going to go. What are your plans for tonight? Well, then Jake clearly is a great friend, but his own girlfriend probably isn't. Otherwise, he would have said, Jake asked us to come to his barbecue tonight. Do you want to go or do you want to stay in tonight? They will be a team. Sign number 8. He's not emotionally invested in the relationship. If a woman has been dating a man, let's say for more than 3 months, and the physical part of whatever they have together, maybe it's already a relationship, the physical part remains the dominant part, so everything they do together stays on the surface. He's not really interested in knowing what she's all about. He doesn't ask a lot of questions. He doesn't spend significant amounts of time with her in one sitting outside of the bedroom. So, for example, from Saturday morning until Sunday evening, because then he gets bored. They don't have long and interesting talks and so on. Well, then he's probably using her. See, this is a simple one. When a man is not using his girlfriend, he will be able to spend long amounts of time with her and they won't get bored. And finally, sign number 9. There's another type of user, and that's the man that's just looking for a nurse, for someone to love and heal him. Now, this can be the broken man with a broken heart or a broken ego after a difficult breakup, for example, or the man that just went through a really difficult period in his life. And this guy might put in efforts, but still only to get what he wants and needs, which is for his girlfriend to fix him, of course, to heal him, for her to listen when he explains all of his problems all the time, for her to help him make decisions. Should I do this? Should I do that? He will also be fishing for compliments and love and attention. And just to be clear, life is often very difficult. And then when we are in a relationship, of course we will need some support from our partner. We will want to talk about our problems. We might be emotional at times. We might seek and even ask for some emotional support. That's very normal. Hopefully that partner is our best friend, as I've said. But what makes this guy different is that he's only dating his girlfriend, or he's only in a relationship with her to take. He doesn't give anything back. If she needs support, he will block it. So I sincerely hope that you will never meet a guy that has all of these 9 combined. I also hope you found value in this video. There's more on brianknox.com or in my books on Amazon. You can find my books by searching for my pen name, Brian Knox. I also want to thank you for still being here, for sticking around until the very end of this video. Have I already told you that I love it when you do that? Because I really do. It's for you that I'm making these videos, so thank you for still being here, and I hope to see you in another one.